Making Hartsfield Jackson one of the largest Wi-Fi hotspots. Our Wi-Fi system gives passengers the freedom and flexibility to move around the facility while connected to the world. Passengers can access the network by selecting from a list of carriers. Use the network to run your mobile.
This morning.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
Well, originally we did, and they started taking one change after another. So, it's a regular Baltimore.
went and bought this new luggage, so she'd have a larger piece, so she wouldn't have to bring full pieces. First flight again. We didn't pay it. It took the beat. Alaska mission. And I
The other was participating.
And all of their friends. It's like Robert knows everyone.
He doesn't know everyone.
Wanna bet?
I know everyone.
Okay, everyone is willing.
Robert knows everyone.
I know I was walking down through there and they stopped at the park.
Yeah, it's
The girl didn't ask if I wanted to ride.
Well, I am too. I guess. Did I get to sit with you?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
Deja vu, Robert.
That's what I said.
your sunglasses.
I don't have fun. Look at Pappy's playing. They're playing.
I'm just gonna let you guys know if you don't want to get back in the fun. We're gonna walk down.
I love it.
But you know what? This canyon right here is a
We do. We have to run all that. I didn't know what to do.
But we're moving, that's why we're moving. When you're right, it's gonna go.
11 to 13 degrees. By number 17 Hey, hey.
My favorite bus driver.
How you doing?
Fine, buddy.
Yeah, me too. I'm enjoying this weather. I like it's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's just.
They could have saved some money if they'd have just got a bus and said, we got a driver. And we got 2 backups.
Then he knows how to drive.
Right. Look how much money they could have saved. And they might have saved him some money.
See, I don't. One thing, I don't want the roads up here. Now we got a driver over there that was up the road up here. And the worst time come down there and drive. There's a few more behind you. I won't go down. That's why I didn't give it to you before.
I was taking a film. It's some of that's video on there. That's the commentator. The camera.
I'm going to come out of the bag. I've been in the bag one time, but then
I think he's going to
I'm carrying this one.
on the bus. You take it on with you?
Yeah, I want to get something out.
Okay.
Maybe.
Off up this road here, you'll see in lots of different places where they've had fires, and there'll be signs telling you when the fires, what year the fires occurred. Most of the fires in this part of the world are started by lightning strikes, believe it or not.
All right. Right.
I don't know if anybody keeps count. I'm sure somebody does here in the Yukon, but in Alaska 3 years ago we had 6.5 billion acres burned.
I look back.
I don't know.
Whoever was sitting next to you snowing. It wasn't the loud door. So I looked back and she was up against the window. I got your picture.
Bill always said I snore, but I don't snore.
I don't either. Mom says I do. Gotcha. I really got snow. He says I think a girl.
Well, Carol told me that I
Ran out. That's all right.
Okay, everybody say simmer down and fly. Now sleep still.
I did it.
I told Diana, I'm coming up here. I said, you know, my honey buddy, Oregon's up here for a week.
Getting us some good pictures of the roadhouse. Trying to. Boy, that's cruise, ain't it? It's a good sized building too, ain't it?
Yeah, it was. It is.
Wait a minute.
Hey, don't move. Don't move. I'm just taking the video.
Think about that.
View's beautiful out there.
What's the picture of her?
I can't beat that view.
I've got another pair that I brought, and I bought 2 pairs at the same time. My husband wears some. Slide my feet in, and she's
Turn around and see everybody.
I bought 2 pairs. I paid half price.
What is that, Lee?
I don't know. They are absolutely. But you can you watch the time. She's afternoon. But that's what I'm wondering.
We do a lot. We go out for our own. Like that. And before the county, we let the guys camp on. We killed what we killed was the lamb today. Way back then. We were scouts. Yeah, we went that way.
Praise be to God. There is
Jimmy, wait out there. Yeah.
I'm going to the baby's room.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave this here. Make sure I won't this to go with us.
Okay.
I'm not gonna try to tear that pocket from it.
All right. It sure is. It must be brand new, isn't it?
Yeah, I like
Those beams.
ooh,
That's a solid beam.
got a lot of room in it. One big post in the middle, that's all. These steel too,
Oh my
Start
goodness.
talking, Charlie.
Let's put.
Yeah, say something.
Okay, see?
Oh, we are good.
Oh.
This is Charlie
We have
and
some
Susie.
We shot these 3 years ago.
Whoa.
Now we claim them.
You just got them back.
We just got them back.
They just came in.
The finished product.
Are we caribou?
World record.
Caribou. We are caribou.
Caribou. All right. Who else? Now, Susan, what have you got?
We're moose.
We're moose.
We're moose.
We're moose.
We're moose, they're caribou, and
The
grays
birds are moosey.
are mooses.
That is
Moose.
a caribou. How do you know that?
That's a caribou. You can tell by the difference in the horns. The
I don't
racks.
see how they hold that up,
these are big
even when you
moose
see them, like on TV. And I don't see how they. It looks like
That's
they're
good.
1,200 pounds
That's good.
inside.
But their heads.
Now, the Queen of Gypsies is going to take it.
Oh no!
You remember the moose head that used to hang in Duke's service
Oh, yeah.
station? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's don't record it. Okay. Keep talking, Jimmy. How about singing us a solo? Don't have a heart attack.
Sandfire, sugar.
Speak it up just a little bit so I see.
Oh.
That thing weighs.
All right, Jimmy.
Caribou, it weighs less.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
All right.
Watch it, Sandra.
Get a hold of it.
It's a General Bull Moose.
Now I'm gonna fix Sandra because she thinks she's just gonna. Y'all look like Mr. Santa Claus.
All right.
Come in and Wally. How you in?
We just fine.
All right. Wonder how much those things are weight. I don't know. Maybe I can pick it up. Before they dry it out. Better at least 80. Oh, I bet so.
Walk up there and pick it.
Or look at can. I Yes.
No, I don't.
Take care, sure. That's what they had. They had a 25.95 that blue log. It's good like it. I bought it for $10.99 in the not 40% off. I looked for it.
Okay. No, we're waiting to see how it's done. Just don't let anybody else have it. All right. We got Jack and Shirley coming. I think.
I want you to look where Barbara's gonna be, son. She wants on stage.
Yeah.
I don't need anything right now. You want something?
No, I don't. Yeah. Yeah. Got it.
Moves the house, and all of the houses in Dawson City are built on blocks. The foundation is blocks. Very few have basements because they move so much. Newt Webster's house. That's on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we'll be going by the Catholic Church in a moment. This building, actually, on this side, the one we just went by, Newt Webster's house, I was actually born in that building. My parents lived there. Newt is 95 years old. He is our oldest resident here in Dawson City, and as you may have noticed, he kind of likes to collect stuff. Okay, he's been collecting stuff for a long time. You may have noticed there was a trailer right beside the house. Newt had to move out of his house into the trailers have over doubled in Dawson City. The average price of a house is probably $150,000 to $250,000 here in Dawson. A lot in Dawson is, well, very confusing, but mostly they're about 100 by 100, or 50 by 100, or 25 by 75, or whatever. They were just put all over the place here. Actually, trailers are illegal in Dawson City, but a few of them got snuck in. Dawson is, in actual fact, a National Historic Site, and so our downtown core has to be built to historic codes, and that's why you see all these beautiful colors that you see on the houses, etc., etc. We are not allowed, turn right here, we're not allowed to have trailers in town anymore. There was a time in the 60s, and if you'll notice, all of those trailers are from that era. This house here on your right just sold about 3 months ago for about I think it was $195,000. And the one, the other one, the blue one on the other side, sold 4 years ago for about $25,000.
I'll take it.
Yeah, this house has had the same family living in it ever since I was born and raised. Joe and Martha Braga, the white one there, and actually she used to work at the Visitor Reception Center, but she retired. It's the Yukon Order of Pioneers Cemetery. This is their first cemetery. We do not use this one anymore. We're just in the process of restoring it. And right across the street from it, that beautiful little mansion there, is my house. And I'm asking $235,000 for that. It is a 6-bedroom house, and it's unfortunate. I haven't lived in it for 2 years, and I'm now a slum landlord. Yes, purple house, yeah. They're very small. That house, another interesting thing that we do here in Dawson City, when we move, we don't just move from house to house. We pick our houses up and move on down the street with the house. So this house, actually, I'll point out to you, if I remember when we're going out of town, used to be on the right, the first house as you come into Dawson City. And I'll talk a little bit about that house that replaced this. Just renovating. We do all, like I said, non-stop renovations on the houses here, the weather. And believe it or not, folks, Dawson City is actually semi-arid. It's a semi-desert climate. This is the wettest year we've had in Dawson City since 1922, they tell me. Though I wasn't here in 1922, so I can't verify that.
What are the ladders?
Yeah, they're up to get up there so you can clean the chimneys. A lot of wood stoves in Dawson. Somebody did ask me about what it's like to live here in Dawson City. I don't know. I don't live here in Dawson City in the winter. No, I do. I was born and raised here. I moved 2 years ago. This house is owned by a single lady. She used to own the downtown hotel, and she lives in there by herself, and it's all library. She has just a couple of rooms that she lives in. The rest is all books. Oh, I'm sure everybody by now has spotted the Smurf house. Yeah. We call it the Smurf house. It's owned by Akio and Suzanne Sato. They're both about, well, they're not quite 5 feet tall. And the inside of the house looks just like that. And on the other side, in all of those trees, was our mayor's house. But he likes his solitude. We'll just go straight ahead here. And you can see there's new construction going on here. This house on the right-hand side is, we don't know, but Irwin figures it's going to cost him over $300,000 to complete the construction on it. And it's not even a fancy house. It's pretty simple. But the price of construction is going crazy. On the other side, you'll notice the windows on that house. This is a brand new house. Okay? This house, construction was delayed on this house for over a year because of those windows. You'll notice there's little lines on the windows now. Okay, those lines had to be put in there so it could meet historic code. That's why they stopped construction on that house, because of the shape of those windows. Our bylaws state that they have to be wider than they are tall, or taller than they are wide, or some, I don't know what it is exactly. Sorry? Garages? Cabin. Yes, that is his original cabin. Directly across the street on the other side is the much more famous Pierre Burton. Pierre Burton's house has been turned into a writer-in-residence. Oh, we got to get pictures. Okay. There is a recital of at the Robert Service Cabin daily. I honestly don't know what the time is at.
No, I was just getting out of her way. Oh, now that's good.
Yes, Robert. This is the cabin that Robert Service actually lived in when he was here. Yes. I don't see any cameras there. Can we move ahead now? We're ready to go. Sharon obviously has a lot of time to keep her house in good shape. There you go. Oh, I think she puts the blood and the sweat into it. And right in front of us is Jack London's cabin. And this is an interpretive center here, so you can go inside and there's somebody in there and tell you all the stories you ever wanted to know about Jack. Yeah. The little cabin that you see right there with the sod roof is actually half of Jack London's cabin. They found it out in the bush a number of years ago. The other half is somewhere in the United States. Is it in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know where it is. Yes, we are.
I did it again, and I don't.
Can you cut it off?
One more.
No, don't flash. I don't understand. I'm not seeing it, but when the picture comes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Would you please stop?
Can you cut your...
Okay, yeah, and if you...
You picked it up. You light it up. No, see, I just can't do it. I'm trying to keep the glare out, you know. Okay, it's the only way you can repeat what he said. The flash is off.
You've got it set on automatic, probably.
They're all checking right now. Okay, I think we can try her now. Let's see. They'll scream if they're not ready, I'm sure.
I hope you got it.
I don't know. I think we're okay.
Building up on script.
Darn it.
Yeah. But they're on their fourth or fifth one now.
The ladder.
On the right-hand side, I talked a little bit about the shortage of housing. These are all government housing. These are low-cost housing. Little cabin here on the left that says no DFO. Anybody know what DFO is? DFO is the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. They are the main regulatory body for placer mining in the Yukon. We don't like them very much. This guy actually is a driller. And believe it or not, he is a multi-millionaire. He lives in there with his wife and children. Year round. He's still got the first dollar he ever made, I am sure.
In there now says it's
The door fed.
He only has one child. So that's why.
a bear like.
That's the only one that's actually somebody living in that I know of in Dawson. On this creek in total, and there's one behind us there. We'll see it when we go in. There'll probably be some. And they're all just reworking, you know, little bits and pieces and corners that they found that were somehow missed over the years. You'll notice that there's
quite a few people living out here. Most of them very few of them are actually mining. They are old mine camps that have just been squatters have moved into and are just living there. Again, partially due to some of the housing shortages. However, some of these squatters have been here for 20 years. So they're not really squatters anymore. They've actually been able to get and then we just basically, and it's at this, okay, there's overburden, pay gravels, and now we're down to a concentrate. So that's the whole idea. All we're doing is taking all of the ground and concentrating it down. We will move hundreds and hundreds, thousands of yards, literally, to find enough gold that you can put in the cup of your hand. Because gold is 19 times heavier than water. There's not a whole lot of it. Almost all of the gold ever found in the world, they tell me, can be put into a 2-foot square tube. That's how heavy it is. To get the idea of the depth of the hole and stuff. Anyways, in the Yukon, you need 2 posts. On the post, you write one post, you put post number 1, you put the date, you put your name, you put the time that you staked it, and you put how big a claim it is. In the Yukon, a claim can be a maximum of 500 feet. Okay, for the purposes of this talk. I'll talk a little bit more about that now. And then you name it. You name it after your son, your daughter, your dog, your cat, whatever. You put a name on there as well. Then you have to pace off the distance. Gotta see. So it's all American. Oh, is that another oh yeah, well, probably a busload of Japanese. Near a sluice box. And typically in the early days, all of their sluice boxes were made out of wood. Okay? This is obviously a very, very rough cross, probably one by Canada. But it is, it's certainly good enough to give you an example. So what they would do is they would have water here. Now, there was a couple of ways they would get the water here. They could have used a bucket in the very early days, but most likely what they would do is they would divert the creek and have the water running over this all the time while they're sluicing, okay? They would then shovel the material or dump it with a bucket or however, put the material in here, and it would go down and over these. These are what we would call ripples. So they cause a vortex. And gold being 19 times heavier than water will drop down, get caught in the matting, and the waste material will go out. Okay, so that's the sluicing and the typical sluicing process. They would, of course, do this in the spring during the high water when they had the most water. That was their goal. That's still our goal today. We're just not as good as at accomplishing it as they were, I don't think. Okay, so we sluice year-round. Then at the bottom of this, instead of just plywood, they would have some kind of a mat to actually catch the gold in. They would then take the matting out. This would have water stored in it. They would wash it, the matting, into this with water, and it would be leak-proof. Okay? So the pay gravel, the concentrate would then go in there, and then they would pan it to finish the process off. So it was a big job. It was back-breaking work. These were the kind of guys that you didn't really want to meet in the back alley in a bad mood. They were extremely tough guys because they worked very, very hard. Does everybody understand what I'm trying to explain here? You getting it? Damn, I didn't think I... just admit, yeah. What? Feed him a honey bun? Well, somebody has some pretty sharp eyes on this bus anyway.
Shit, they're going in the trees, so we can still see it. Another on over to the right. There's about 3 up there. But they were kind of in the clearing when you first saw them. They're just moving up, zigzagging up the hill. And I thought, yeah, they're going up the hill. But they're here now. He's used to fun. He knows how to do stuff.
I can't see them anymore, so I think we can. I hope Top of the World Highway? Yes, sir. How much time do they have left on their 100 days to dig these guys up there? September 12th. Now, with global warming, we can sometimes get a few more days. It's kind of, I mean, we still say 100, but, you know, might be 110. But it's not much more than that. Although I did run into a gentleman this morning that said he'll be sluicing into October. And when I mentioned, well, what about when the water gets hard? He said, no. He says, I have to sluice until the middle of October, or I don't have any money to feed my kids this winter. So there you go. A lot of times people ask me what I do, and if I have more than, and this is kind of interesting because this year has been very, very different for me in the mining because of the tourism. Although I've been running the tourism business for 14 years now. This is the first year that my sister hasn't been actually running it for me. Okay, so she decided she had to get a real job. Figure out that they can get paid for what they know. Which is got a real downside. My neighbor this year, my neighbor Tony Beats, who is one of the larger miners, 2 weeks ago, his daughter works for him, same age as my kids, so we know him quite well. He took off, his daughter had to go back to school, so Tony comes whipping into my yard, pulls
chicken came to play, or came into being? Well, back in the gold mining days, there was thousands of people in this little town. And they were trying to figure out what they wanted to call a little town. Now, the general consensus of opinion was,
Right here? This looks like woodberries. Good, dude.
I came here with my husband, who's now my ex, after living remote 50 miles from here, and I figured, well, at least there's a driveway here, because we were walking our food on our back 4 miles down this trail. And I was like, no, you know, and I kind of figured out he just never wanted to pay bills, you know, and I'm like little Miss Work Ethic. And I figured, well, this is a way to make a living, so we made a lowball offer. And just as an aside, I grew up in southern New Jersey. I'm one of those damn Yankees. And I moved up here, I guess, when I was 32. And I used to run a $2 million bookstore outside of Princeton. I used to fox hunt and wear pearls. Seriously. I used to ride a lot of horses. Anyway, I don't know. Wintertime here, the road, they close the road, but they don't put a gate on it. They just stop plowing it. So you have to get your food and supply, everything in, like all the propane to run the lights and the cooking at your house. You need to get all the fuel. I heat my log house with, in the summer I use wood, but in the winter we used to use a diesel gravity drip heater that didn't need electricity. Like right now we're running a 30 kW Kubota to power this place. Only $78 a day for electricity. And I close in 9 days. I actually am not. So you get all the fuel in, and you go to Fairbanks and Anchorage or wherever you want to shop, and you figure out how many chicken dinners you need for 5 months. And that's how many chickens you buy. You fill up the back of a pickup truck with canned frozen vegetables, chicken. You don't usually need red meat, because if you're lucky you'll get a caribou or something, because there's a subsistence hunt here and only locals can take part of in December. So then you drive it back and you time it so that it's right before the road stops maintenance, which is around October 15th. You time it so that you don't need a freezer. You don't need a freezer here, okay? I mean, this time of year it can be 10 or 15 below every night. We're having a very mild fall. I have a shed by my house that looks like a garage, and one half of the shelves was just food. And, you know, I take a walk out and say, what am I going to cook today? You know, which is what basically you do here. It's, you know, I would dress those kids up in little snowsuits, and then they'd say, can I go out? I need to go to the bathroom. I'm like, no, let's just go outside and get the snow. We'd collect snow in boxes, bring it in the house, and put it into like a big drum where it would melt and become our water for drinking, cleaning, washing, and cooking. And we would avoid the floaters. Any guesses what a floater is? Snowshoe hair poo-poo. So these kids, 2- and 3-year-old toddlers, are out there with little plastic snow shovels. And my mother-in-law, who passed away a few years ago, she was mid-80s when she died. She was out there doing it too. She used to live here year-round. So I took care of food and water. Schooling, homeschool, usually provided by the state, free of charge. Unless you want a private system, then up to a point they'll pay for it. Medical emergencies, we used to, not everybody had a sat phone. They've come down in price a little bit, although the minutes are expensive, generally $1 to $2 a minute for a satellite phone. But, you know, the flight service radio, we get our mail twice a week, Tuesday and Friday, by mail plane. So the postmaster has a flight service radio that she can talk to the pilot. And the pilot will say, well, I'm coming and she'll meet him. As little time here as possible is their rule. That's my son Wolfgang, somebody who was here when he was a baby. He's big now. Yeah.
Stop, don't worry, y'all.
Oh, there it is.
That's a cow then, right?
Is that what that is?
Because she didn't have any apples.
Well, I'll be done.
How
big she is? Bigger than a horse?
No. How you know it's a girl? No horns.
Sandra, duck. Thank you. You need to go.
Thank you. Look this way, all those flashes.
Well, we're done.
Look at it. You want me to move?
No, just stay still.
That looks like a young cow, but I don't see a calf with it. You get a picture?
Well, I can see, but it's just that I think it's all going to fade in, just like everything else. I'm trying to get out of the way. Still have people.
I mean, I got all this stuff that my parents say. There's no place to do anything. I mean, I don't know half the people that are in the business other than my parents.
I got pictures of my grandmother, my mother, daddy, with people like that.
There you go.
My mother, my daddy, my grandmother.
Oh, she's got all these pictures that look like the Smith brothers. And they're brides. Nobody knows who they are.
I've got some old flake.
I'm tired. I'm sure you know.
My grandmother.
Yeah, I got it. Well, John said he was going over to do things on that. I think
Yeah, they,
John said if he had a drink, he'd put him right to sleep. I said most days that would have been good. If we could have, you know.
Well, I tell you, we could have left off the first 2 or 3 days, as far as I'm concerned.
It's all right.
But now you all do this all the time.
I do it on my own.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you took these years.
That was what?
I thought.
That's just below the Idaho border. And on the count of 3, I want to hear where everyone is from. 1, 2, 3. Florida, I love it. Well, it's so gorgeous there, and we're happy to have you here in Alaska. Now, did you all just arrive, or you've been here for a while? You've taken the cruise ship already, or? Oh, okay, so that's on the end of your trip. That's the way to do it.
Absolutely.
Actually, there's a dramatic difference in the enjoyment of your interior tours of Alaska when you tag that cruise ship at the end so that you can rest, because we drag you all over the place on these land tours. Well, before we leave, I wanted to go over some safety features. We have 8 emergency exits on board. There's 2 up front, we have 2 in the back, there's 4 more downstairs in our dining room. However, if there's an emergency, we'll use our primary staircase, which we used for boarding. This is also the staircase we'll use for meal service, or for using the restrooms. And if it's blocked, then we pull on the red handles, you release the stripping, push out, jump 2 stories to safety, walk towards the front of the train. If you don't want to do that, I guess I could get out the collapsible ladders. We also have fire extinguishers and first aid kits on board. And if there's any medical person...
That's my boyfriend. Yeah. And this is Lloyd's girlfriend. Oh, look, here's the face on the table. How sweet. And what is your girlfriend's name?
Lily.
Lily Bo Sassy. That's so cute. They see it. They know Lily well. Lily Bo Sassy. Now, how old is Lily? Trip says that sounds like trailer trash. Look, Trip says that sounds like trailer trash. We live in Polk County. We gotta fit in somewhere. Got one, baby?
Mom has a friend and Dad's doing so cute.
Yeah, she has 2 of those. That's in her bag. They said,
We're going around a big curve here.
Now the train's going through that first S-bend, so keep your eye up here at 11 o'clock.
See the train?
The beginning of the train turning. It's going to do this about 4 more times. And right now we're kind of right in the center of the train. There's about 22 cars, 24 cars. Right now we're car number, I think, 11? 10 or 11, I can't remember. And then you can see the other McKinley Explorer cars behind us in Princess.
As far as a picture, that first place we stopped at Whitehorse, took a picture of the canyon. It's hard to beat.
That'd be fun to rafting. So we can go rafting.
Maybe back in Dawson City.
10 miles an hour. Where? In Dawson, where we stay.
There's a waterfall right in there. It's not running, but I think that's what it is.
Yeah, but you can see it.
Oh, look at the waterfall. Oh, look at that little waterfall coming down. Oh, look at the waterfall. I didn't know it was Niagara.
That's not Niagara. It's pretty. That's like in Chattahoochee. They have some of those.
Yeah, you can tell by the cars, glacier fed.
I see
Straight up.
Oh,
Yeah,
they look like, I've been looking on it.
They look like little bugs. It's going straight up the hill.
Yes.
Way up.
You don't see them right there?
I see it now. I don't see them.
Field glasses. Chips in the
There's a raft.
There's some raft down there.
Yeah.
Roll around.
They can take off. Glad they give them as slow as they're going. Usually it's kind of fast. I was glad that one of the rocks moved. I think it was real hard. Raining.
Like there's too many of us on the
It has to be clear and it has to be crisp, and right now it's cold, it's getting to be the fall season, so these are very good conditions for seeing the northern lights. And if you ask the front desk at your hotels, they'll tell you more about them, but there's a good chance that if you wanted to get up really early in the morning, just take a peek, that you could possibly see the aurora borealis.
What do they want us to do with it? Pass it on up?
Pass it on up. Just pass it on. Where's the train station?
Here's Traveler.
Yeah, look at that.
Traveler's in the book. We missed it. Yeah, Traveler's in the book.
Kind of looks like him a little bit, doesn't he?
Page 44.
To be honest, folks, this afternoon it's supposed to be a 7 to 8 hour tour. We do not even have 7 hours of daylight. So we're going to want to spend what time we do have for wildlife viewing with animals that are pretty close. I don't think we want to spend a lot of time with distant animals because we just don't have enough daylight.
We want to see animals.
It will be quite dark by 9 p.m.
Can I get
So they're out there feeding on berries.
Now pull the string down and push the red button.
Yeah, probably blueberries. Here's the blonde one.
She's cheating. Look at her camera.
I tell you, that's a big animal.
It's a 100-power zoom.
That's what she's doing.
There's two of them.
Yeah. Sign go off.
Our side's off.
Driver side off.
Don't sign. Press it right there.
Miller's behind you. He might want
He already looked at it.
Charles, if you're going to take it down, where would you want to shoot him?
They weren't going to give me a bus with a camera today, so at least we got one that has a camera and several screens that work.
Right behind the front shoulder.
Right where the shoulder
Yeah,
meets.
let's do with what we got.
Crease in the
That's your target.
That'd be a good shot from here.
Yeah, that's perfect. You don't want to get no closer to him.
Why he might come this way?
You might make him mad when you shoot him.
So with their heads bobbing up and down like this, they're feeding on berries.
I seen those guys on them hunting shows hunting with a bow.
Now you like bow shooting.
You see him, Sean?
He tries a bow.
You heard something behind you.
Compete with that.
Do you?
He used to.
They had got
Yeah, you can see that hump on the back of his neck.
Yeah, both of them got a hump on their shoulder like a
That's
Brahma
a grizzly
bull.
bear in it.
Everybody get a good look? Snow White by Winter. Looks like there might be another animal down here, perhaps another grizzly bear on the left. Over here on the left at 11 o'clock. Out there in the yellow willows. Let's see if we can go up higher here. Get a bit closer. No, it's down here in the gravel. Well, it's right here between these bushes. Over on the left, I think that's a bear.
I see something. Something moving. So that where the grass kind of weeds kind of come over.
No, it's not.
Suck it in.
That's a good place. Hold your spot and scope, wouldn't it?
We have two volcanic rocks right in this area. Directly ahead of us we have the reddish-brown, iron-rich basalt. And then over here on the right we have the yellow, silica-rich rhyolite. Both of these are volcanic rocks. They both reach the surface of the earth as a molten material and they cooled. But they form in completely different environments in the earth's crust. You wouldn't expect to find them in the same geologic formation, but just ahead of us they're side by side in the colorful rocks of polychrome.
Look, there's a nice bus that comes through.
It's spectacular, isn't it? Yes, this is polychrome.
I'm going to document the ridge. So
Nancy, I want to know what happens if we meet a bus. Lord, I know I'm this. You know some of them, they turn it around.
Well, look at that guy right there.
that looks like something Ben would do.
Now, up here in the cliffs of polychrome, you might not imagine that we need to be very concerned about grizzly bears. But I can tell you, this is the rest stop where I've had my closest encounters between park visitors and grizzly bears. There are a couple of things that contribute to that. First of all, we do have these very steep cliffs on the left. I take it most of you have noticed those. Well, you or I would have a very difficult time making our way up one of those cliffs, but I'll tell you, they are no problem for a grizzly bear. They just march right on up the cliff. Our problem is we don't see the bear coming. They crest over the lip of the road and bingo, they're standing in the middle of the rest stop. I've had that happen a few times. The other problem with the rest stop is the hillside here on the right. It blocks our view of whatever's on the other side of the hill. We've had good looks at grizzly bears this afternoon. You know what they look like. If you go to the top of the hill to walk on one of the footpaths, if you would, please just look around and make certain that they're Now down below us here at this point, we can see an area covered with tundra. But even though there is vegetation here, we can still pick out some of the earlier courses for the stream. Recently, the stream's been moving around in the tan gravel. A couple hundred years ago, it would have been flowing through the area ahead of us here. So the longer the period of time, the more the stream shifts about.
Let's use the mat
Get on that one knee and shit flexi up
You think that's a female?
You just found that little one somewhere, didn't it?
He might bring he may be.
Do it.
He may be 60 inches. Turn that ring up.
Just put your back and wait and in the rain. Look at it. There you
He's looking now.
He's looking right at us.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Wave at him, somebody, and see what.
He's bigger than the bus, honey.
This palmation's not real thick.
What was it? What did he Jack, this is your money. Charlotte, what do you think? Where is it? What? We didn't think using your money.
See the cat?
You know I'm not going to be able to do the camera because I'm going to have to move here so everybody can see, so I can't drive and use the camera. There's a spot straight out here on the left.